How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today it's more of a chilled video again. I just wanted to talk about some tyre tests I've been doing and what I've learnt and stuff. That's why I fucking hate trees. Well, that's one of many reasons why I hate trees. Yeah, I've been testing on the container contest. This was just after the Rift map, like just after we got that, and I got the bigger tyres and raised suspension on the Voron. And the Voron did pretty well before when it had the smaller tyres. They definitely hold it back, but yeah, I wanted to give it another go. Even down here goes pretty nice. Voron's, this one, AE, is pretty hard to tip. And it's only got single rears on, like I've not got the duals on. The reason I don't like the duals, up there, you just seen how nicely that like gripped in and motored up there. And to be fair, this has got the muds on, so this is not some like chained fanboy video. It's like I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I'm mostly going to be testing with the Tyre, by the way. And as you know, you've seen my videos, I have the custom muds on the Tyre because I think they look better, they make the weight characteristics better, and again they look better and that's pretty important. So yeah, but this was a run with the Voron AE. At the time, my record up to now was 252, but I hadn't really done that many runs with a Tyre when I'd learnt like a good course, because I've been testing so many other vehicles. So this was then just after that Voron, because I was like, bloody hell, that Voron got 250, which was like my new record. Again, you see how the chains just bite into that hill? I'll show you some, well, basically, yeah, that's one of many things I'll show you, is like the chains bite into the hill better. Chains seem to, even through here, single chains that is, the twin chained have the same problem, but the single chained seem to cut straight through the sloppy mud, and they find like grippier mud underneath quicker, so you just keep your momentum. And then that got a 248 odd, so I beat the Voron, but obviously I kept trying and stuff, and so oh hell no, ain't nobody got time for that tyre testing, bitch. We're off. Yeah, they dig in and rip through the, rip into the grippier mud underneath, whereas the muds, the wider muds, I'm talking about, say, the custom muds on the Tyre, some of the other muds as well aren't as good. As I've tried as many times as I can. In fact, I'll be able to see how, I know. I just went back on the game, basically I just looked at how much money I've earned on all the three regions. So on this one I've got like 61 out of 70, it shrinks the screen, but 161 grand I've earned on Michigan. On Alaska it's like 65 out of 74 or something, and I've earned about 192 grand. And then when I look on Tyre, I've got 54 out of 61 or whatever it is, like I say, it shrinks the screen, but I've earned like 1.3 million, and that's just testing on this container contest. I've done about 350 attempts testing a lot of different vehicles that roll and tyres and blah blah blah. I've done a solid 50 with the custom muds and 50 with the chained recently, but I've also done about 200 in total with the Tyre. So I definitely like know the course pretty well. This is some of the different muds that are narrower, and I was giving them a test, and they do feel a tad slower, but not by a lot, and I had a really nice run in a second. That was 251, and that was about what I was getting, which is similar to the custom muds. But this is again with them, and as you see going up here, see how they just don't bite in like the chained, and because of that I didn't wait for it to say stalling. I just dropped it in auto, but obviously I'm losing time now basically. But what I will say is, if I just want to farm some money on this contest, I'll use the muds, because even though they're a bit slower, the weight characteristics are better and you're less likely to roll. It's still pretty hard to roll with the chained, but the muds are better for that. If I wanted to try and beat my record, say I got 245 there with them muds, and that I couldn't touch it again. I kept trying and I kept getting about 250. I just had a nice run. It wasn't the one where I couldn't grip up the hill, by the way. Yeah, if I wanted to actually beat like my fastest time so far, which will be coming up soon, I'd use the chained. I've been trying it, and that's half the reason why it's took me so long in a way to make this video, even though there's not a mad amount of editing or anything. But I honestly thought these custom muds, or at least one of the muds, would beat the chained. And like I say, I've had a good 50 goes with this just recently. I've probably had about 70 or 80 goes with these muds. Yeah, and I did about a good 10 of each of the other tyres. Like, obviously not the double ones, not the smaller ones. I've tried double. With the double chained, it's the similar problem. Basically, because these custom muds are so wide, they don't stab through the mud. They sit on top of it, and they have to try and wade a lot of mud out of the way. So this is, it bites in there, and it's not night and day difference. But I would say up that hill, the custom muds do it about 3 or 4 times out of 10. The chain do it about 8 times out of 10, like a solid 8 times out of 10. And again, like, it's not the end of the world if you're just farming money. And if you're just farming money, I would still very highly recommend, if not suggest, the custom muds. But yeah, if you want to try and get the fastest time, and I just find it odd, this is why I just wanted to talk about Tyre. I know plenty of people have sent me like the number statistics and all that, and it says muds are better in mud or whatever, and it's like, I get it, I agree, but I don't agree in my own personal experience. And again, it doesn't mean everywhere, but in my defence, this is clearly a muddy map, and yet the chained have got the record. And as you've seen, I've done over 200 odd, well, I've done well over 200 runs, but I've completed just over 200 runs. I've done more like 300, 350, so I definitely know what, like, going past near enough every tree and all sorts, I know sort of what time I should be having. And yeah, and I've put a lot of testing into both of them. And like there, for example, going around there, this is where the muds are nicer because they sit wider. And yeah, this isn't that hard, like, not to roll sort of thing. It's pretty damn stable. I got unlucky there and hit the tree, but I wouldn't have got 243 anyway. I admit I would have got faster than that. That would have been a pretty nice one, but I definitely wouldn't have got beat 243. And the reason I left that one in is that's basically like my best mud time. Is this the... yeah, this is the muds. Going through this first bit, see how it bogs down there as well? And again, it's because they're wider, and it's the same with the dual, whether it's chained off-road, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they have to, like, push too much mud out, like, sideways. So rather than instantly push it sideways, they sort of sit on top of it and chew it out the way. And, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Like I say, again, I use muds all the time on the Tyre. I only really put chained on with the Tyre anyway, when I'm trying to beat my fastest time on this on this what's it called, contest. But even along here and stuff, like here the muds bog down a lot. Oh yeah, this is the muds there, like just little things like that where it's a mud map, they're muds and it bogs down. These are, I believe, the yeah, the chained. I will say that, see, the muds have the edge getting down here. You don't tip very often at all, but still. Like, see, when I wobble around, as soon as my truck lands straight, the chain dig in and just race off up the hill, which means I don't have to get out of high gear. And I'm still making pretty nice time now. I've still, like, I'm usually about there at 114. I think it was about 115, 116 on that one. But through here as well, I've shown you a couple of ones with the muds where they just slow down a bit there, but it's just patches like that. And then this as well, it just rips through the mud and you get like, and I probably was a tad more over to the right there, but I don't keep resetting the map all the time, so I go left, right, all over the place. Like, again, that's chained, and they just, it doesn't mean I get up every time. Like, there is times when the chain you get a crappy bounce, or you just hit a particularly bad bit and it bogs down long enough that you have to drop it out high. But yeah, that's just one of the things I've noticed. And as I said, I've tried all the twin, like the dual rear tyres. They're just not as quick. The muds though, there's definitely, they're the ones, if anything. I've tried the off-roads as well. Personally, it was like 250s again. I just couldn't really get into the 240s. And I'm not saying, oh, no one's going to get as quick a time as me or anything, like, not at all, but I would say I've done enough now that I can't even beat my fastest time, which I believe is the one playing now. I edited the first bit out, like, it was pretty smooth sailing standard issue. I edited it from like where I jump into the river, which is where you're going to either make or break the best time, really. And yeah, it's just those little bits where it cuts through those little patches of thick mud a bit quicker that it just... Basically, my average time, I would say, with the chained now is about 2:45 to 2:48. The average with the muds, the custom muds, is about 2:50, 2:55. And again, every now and then, if you get a really nice run and everything goes well, I can get like a high 2:40s with the muds and stuff. But again, if everything goes right with the chained, I can get a 2:43, and I still reckon I could possibly squeeze a 2:40, 2:41 out of them. But I've not got it yet. You got, like, say, it's one of them. You got to have every little bit go well. But that's my best time so far with them, anyway. 2:43. So if any of you guys can beat that without mods or anything, then let us know. Yeah, there was just, again, the muds bogging in. Like I say, the muds have the advantage here. Only just, but 99 times out of 100, this gets down like that river. I'd say 49 out of 50, the chained get down there without rolling, as you like if you have a crappy bounce. Again, though, you could try it and roll 5 times in a row. You could try it 100 times and not roll. It's just a bit of pot luck. But you see how the chain, just even this first bit, they just rip straight through it, and they don't lose any of that speed. And there's normally a tree there, but I've killed it. But I'm usually going past that at about 13 to 14 seconds with the chained, but about 15, 16 seconds with the muds, and it's already like I'm only a quarter of a minute into the course and I've already lost 2 seconds with the muds. So that's a bit, yeah, it's about 1:16 again. Quick, usually I can get about 1:14 there, but going past that tree anyway. But yeah, again, just chained dig in. So yeah, just give it a go, like, because I'm not bothered if you like I say, I don't even use the chained on this. But yeah, I genuinely, I keep getting better times, just consistently better as well. I don't have to wait for like a perfect run or anything. It's just I could be talking to the cat, one-handed rally special down some of the straight bits while I'm drinking my coffee, and it's like I'm still getting 240s and stuff, or high 240s. By the way, bad news about my Voron. It's gone. The game's robbed it. It's left me. I've only had it for a day. I had one, now I haven't. The circle of life continues. But yeah, it took my Voron grad. I was enjoying that truck so much. I just nipped back while I was editing yesterday's video to get some footage on Quarry. I recovered to Zimnegorsk, went back to SHAREfactory, blah blah blah. When I loaded the game, it's gone. This is the last I ever seen of it. It was a brief time together, but we did a lot together in a day. Rest in peace, Voron. Made me miss it even more when I was editing this. Like, god damn it, game. Why'd you have to take the good one? Just could have took the Ford CTL 9000. But no, you took the first truck I've enjoyed in the last bloody couple of weeks. See, it was brief, but we got up to a lot together. We killed some trees, we drifted some roads, we jumped in some rivers, or seas. We jumped in both. I mean, look at the horses. I was nearly crying watching this bit, not because of the sad music, because it took my bloody... Look at it. That is a bit of me, that is. But I'm too skint. Right, I only had about 6 grand left when I bought this. Right, happy tuner time. I was having the time of my life trying to wiggle my way back to my wheels. If in doubt, get your tuner out. Find a loaf. Tuner and loaf, I tell ya. Like a soaring eagle. Like a paddling dog, as someone said. And they're right. At least we flew kites together. I'm glad I got that in before I lost it. Feels like only yesterday. And then after that I was like, fuck that, after editing that, I'm gonna go and get me another one. This is great. And yeah, that's why it's a Tyre test video, because I've been bloody container running all night. She's back. She's one of the boys. Happy tuna time. To be honest, this video, by the way, if you're watching this a bit late, it's because I uploaded it last night and it's saying not able to play in this country. So I had AC/DC back in black over this, and yeah, it was pretty bloody good, I might add. But I reckon that's what's cocking it up, which is fair enough. Like, it's a pretty big song. I was talking over it and all sorts, so I don't really know why out of any, but it's good to know, because I now know the YouTube system is working how I thought, and it's like, it's let me know it doesn't want that bit of music in the video. And yeah, that's good. That means all the other ones are sort of good, if you know what I mean. So it's I've probably learnt a bit from it. But yeah, I mean, look at it. Time of my bloody life. I'm just going to say it, and I know this is a tough call for me, but I think it's more fun than the Tyre. I'm not saying it's better than the Tyre, but it's definitely ballpark, like, up there. I mean, if it had the custom mud option, I suppose it would be a nice option. I mean, look at the power on it. I was having the time of my life. I'm hoping the first song doesn't cock it up. If it does, I'll have to go and re-edit it again. Try again. Happy tune of the sequel. What could possibly go wrong? As I say, these clips are a little less, you know, without AC/DC back in black behind it. I mean, look at that. I was like, sold. I'll have two. I'll take two. I have actually got two. One of them's just missing. Who knows? I could log on the game today after sorting this out, and my yellow one's back. But like I said, that's why this one's back in black. I mean, look at it. He doesn't give up. And yeah, put it this way, it stole my truck, and I don't just go and earn another 130 grand for any old truck. Normally I'll be like, yep, bye truck. It's been emotional, but look at it. Can't make that corner. Stick it in high range. Oversteer around the corner. That is my kind of truck. Sign me up. That's some good kite. Trust me. The two things I know in this game is loafs and how to fly scout fuel trailer. And that ain't bad. This was when the beat was kicking in. But yeah, anyway. Sorry this is like a non-music version, but it is what it is, legalities, blah blah blah. Oh yes, loaf approved. He's got his Voron shoes on, they fit. See, I see what I need to see, which is my little loaf's wheels, make sure he's still on the roof. See, I don't know, my loaf goes through mud just fine. Just gotta put the right shoes on him. Oh my god, speak to me loaf. Oh, he's good, look at him. Time of his bloody life. This, fuck you tree, that's for every goddamn tree that wrecks my fun halfway through. That's had it coming for a long time. And look at little loaf. It's like, oh no, no. There's more. Yes. Tuna and loaf.